When you were a child, a single summer could feel endless. Now, an entire year can disappear before you understand where it went. January becomes June, June becomes December, and suddenly you are asking the same strange question again. Why does time feel faster as you get older? The clock has not changed. A minute is still 60 seconds. A day is still 24 hours. But your experience of time is not a clock. It is something your brain builds. And the older you get, the stranger that construction becomes. Scientists study this as subjective time perception. But the name is less interesting than the feeling. The feeling is that life is speeding up. And almost everyone seems to notice it eventually. But here is a first twist. Time does not always feel fast while you are living it. Sometimes it feels fast only when you look back. A boring afternoon can feel slow while it is happening. But a boring month can vanish from memory. A vacation can feel fast while you are inside it. But later, it can feel long because it contains many memories. This means your brain has at least two clocks. One clock measures the moment you are living now. The other clock measures the life you remember later. And aging changes both. But the biggest mystery may be the second clock, the clock of memory. When you were young, the world was full of firsts. Your first school, your first best friend, your first bike ride, your first time sleeping away from home, your first heartbreak, your first real fear of the future. Childhood is not slow because children have more hours. It is slow because the brain is collecting more new scenes. New places become landmarks. New emotions become chapters. New skills become bright marks on the timeline. The young brain is constantly saying, "Remember this." But as life becomes more familiar, the brain changes its strategy. It stops recording every hallway. It stops recording every commute. It stops recording every lunch that looks like yesterday's lunch. Routine is useful. It saves energy. It lets you move through the world without rebuilding it every morning. But routine has a cost. It makes time harder to remember. Imagine your life as a long road. When you are young, the road is covered with signs. First day, new house, new face, new fear, new dream. Later, the road may become smoother. Work, home, phone, sleep, repeat. When you look back at the road with many signs, it feels long. When you look back at a road with few signs, it feels short. That may be one reason years seem to shrink. Not because less time happened, because fewer moments became memorable landmarks. But that explanation is incomplete, because there is another strange piece. A year changes size as you age. When you are 5, 1 year is a huge part of your entire life. It is 1/5 of everything you have ever experienced. But when you are 50, 1 year is only a small slice of the whole story. The same calendar year may feel smaller because it is being compared to a much larger life. This is sometimes called the proportional idea of time. It is simple, maybe too simple, but it captures something real about experience. A child does not have much past behind them, so each new year can feel enormous. An adult carries decades behind them, so each new year can feel thinner. But the story gets stranger again. Your brain does not divide life like a calendar. It divides life into events. A beginning, a change, a surprise, a problem, a decision, an ending. Recent brain research suggests that older adults may register fewer distinct event boundaries while watching the same unfolding experience. In simple words, the brain may mark fewer moments as separate scenes. If fewer scenes are marked, time can feel compressed afterward. It is like watching a movie with fewer cuts. The story still happened, but when you remember it, It feels shorter. This is why novelty matters so much. Novelty creates edges. It tells the brain, this part is different. Pay attention. Store it. Make a mark. Without novelty, days can blur together. Not because they were meaningless, but because they were too similar for memory to separate. That is why a week of trouble can feel longer in memory than a month of routine. The travel week has new rooms, new streets, new mistakes, new tastes, new conversations. The routine month may have been full of life, but memory compresses repeated patterns. But this is not only about novelty. Emotion also changes time. Fear can stretch a moment. Boredom can make minutes crawl. Joy can make an evening disappear. Stress can make a week feel both endless and strangely blank. Time is not one feeling. It bends with attention, emotion, memory, and meaning. And this is where the mystery becomes personal. When people say life is speeding up, they may really be saying something else. Fewer moments are becoming chapters. More days are being filed as the same day. The brain is not losing time. It is compressing sameness. And modern life makes this easier than ever. Same screen, same chair, same route, same notifications, same small loops repeated again and again. A day can be full of activity and still leave almost no memory behind. That is one of the quietest traps of adulthood. You can be busy without making time feel full. You can move fast and still remember very little. You can live many days that the brain later falls into one. But there is also a hopeful part. If time feels faster, partly because memory has fewer landmarks, then time can feel fuller when you create more of them. Not by doing something dramatic every day, but by breaking the pattern just enough for the brain to notice. Take a different street. Learn a small skill. Talk to someone new. Visit a place you have ignored. Put your phone away during one ordinary moment and actually look at it. The goal is not to control time. You cannot slow the clock. But you may be able to slow the disappearance of days, because a life does not feel long only because it contains many years. It feels long because it contains many moments the mind can return to. So maybe time is not speeding up because you are running out of it. Maybe it speeds up when your days stop leaving footprints. And maybe the way to feel more alive is not to chase time. It is to give your memory more reasons to stay.